Hey guys, how's it going out there today? I hope it's a brilliant day for you guys, wherever you are in the world. Here in Tokyo, we're in the 5th season. There's a special 5th season here that lasts for about a month called rainy season, and it just rains regularly. So it's a bit sort of, we're coming out of lockdown and freedom, getting out there a little bit, and then the rain comes, it stops us moving about a bit. But you know what? When it isn't raining, I'm out in the park with my little girl, and that makes me very, very happy. And what else also makes me happy is getting to talk about sneakers every single day. Today it's a great sneaker because Pharrell Williams is back, and he's back with the Adidas line, but not in the way we might expect. It all started with Pharrell Williams with that classic NMD silhouette, which is an absolute great shoe, one of my all-time grails mixed up in there. But there have been others down the line from Pharrell and Adidas, but today it's a really special shoe because what we're doing is we're tying up one of their biggest collaborations of recent times with one of their biggest shoes of all time, the 50-year anniversary of the Adidas Superstar. So together they are coming on, and we're going to have a look today at the two releases that are coming down the line from the Pharrell Williams tie-up with Adidas Superstar. This is the Tokyo About 23 Sneaker Channel, Tokyo About 23 Sneaker Channel desu. Mainichi Absuru no de, mainichi mite kudasai. And every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And today, we're looking at an upcoming release in about a week's time. Pharrell Williams is back with the Adidas line, and he's brought us his collaboration with the Superstars. Now, we've seen Pharrell Williams with, like I said, the NMD silhouette, a classic start to the Pharrell Williams tie-up. I mean, we're talking an iconic sneaker. The silhouette from the Human Race tie-up with the NMDs is absolutely iconic. One of a kind, never seen before, never seen since. It's a great shoe, and I would put it in the same class as this right here. There's a LeBron 17, because I think the LeBron 17s are going to be a shoe that lasts for the ages, and I also think the Pharrell Williams Human Race NMDs are also going to be a shoe that lasts for the ages, especially the first batch when we were talking about solid colours. Gradually, as the line went along, things got a little bit sort of shaky, and they got very shaky with this. That's the Billionaire Boys Club Human Race Pharrell Williams NMD tie-up with the Adidas line. And this was the first, in my opinion, tie-up from Pharrell Williams and Adidas that kind of started to go a bit wrong. It's where we first saw the heat going off. How do I know that? Because I made a video about it, and it was awful. If you're interested in rewinding like 550 days to the start of this channel, you'll see my first ever unboxing was an unboxing of these Billionaires Boys Club Pharrell Williams NMDs, and it's an awful video and it's an awful shoe, and it was the first sort of like shoe to bring down the Pharrell Williams line, and then they brought out probably 2 or 3 more generations of the NMD silhouette, but gradually they just sort of didn't feel it for me, and then there were some others, the Solar kind of line that was there as well. So that's the kind of history of Pharrell Williams and Adidas, and what we've got today is massive history as far as the Superstars go, a silhouette that hasn't changed for 50 years, and it's made iconic by that toe on there, usually a leather upper and that rubber toe on the front with that classic sort of hard shell feel to it. 50 years of this shoe, so they're bringing out a lot of iconic collaborations. Run DMC, of course, who had a massive role to play in the 80s for elevating hip-hop and the Adidas Superstar. There's a Prada tie-up as well, which is a really clean shoe, actually 3 really clean shoes. And then here we are with one of the biggest names in the Adidas stable, bringing out a collaboration. And you know what? There's a lot on the shoe. There's a lot to talk about, and I'm finding it pretty hard to find anything good to talk about, to be honest with you. There's a lot in these two shoes. There's a black base and there's a white base, and they have got a certain degree of character and a certain degree of interest in them, but to be absolutely honest, I think they've made a bunch of mistakes, and the shoe is too far away from a superstar to be a superstar. And I'm going to tell you all about that today, right now, as we get into this shoe. So first things first, let's go for my number one, whoops, why'd you do that, Adidas, little point on these shoes, and that's the toe box on these guys. So we'll start, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I want to start far away so you can kind of get an idea of the toe box, and you can see its sort of shape and that shell effect that they get in the front of Superstars, and then the ribs that sort of run along the center of that. So you're like, yeah, that's a Superstar toe. But then as we're kind of zooming in on it, you're like, something's a bit fuzzy on that. Is that a pixelated picture? Is that a really bad piece of photography? No, it's a textured sort of fabricated toe in the same style and the same silhouette that you would see on a Superstar, but not the same materials. oh, it is not something that I think we should be doing with Superstars, and it's not something that I find appealing on this shoe at all. That whole kind of fabric appeal, that textured appeal, that knitted appeal, I don't know what they were going for, but it does look like a Superstar, toe box, but it just isn't, and I'm just like ooh on that. So that's sorry Adidas, sorry Pharrell, not my thing. And then if we go around to the side of these guys, like I said, there's two of them, a black base one and a white base one. We'll start with the white base one, and we'll get right in close onto that yellow strip that runs along the lower half of the upper, and you can see it's got a deliberately weathered look in terms of texture, especially along the top line of that yellow strip. You can see the kind of like worn out sort of feel to it. What it doesn't have is a worn out feel to the colors, and I'm reminded of something. There was something that dropped recently where they recycled a bunch of stuff to make the shoe. I think it might have been a Converse. I'll try and dig it out and put it up behind me here. But what they did was they recycled a bunch of clothes and then made them into the shoes, but they didn't clean them up as well as they maybe could have. Like, they didn't bleach them, so they left that kind of grime in there as well to go with that weathered look, but also that grime feel to them. But this here, what you're looking at, that yellow stripe on the side, has got that weathered look to the texture, but the actual yellow itself is very, very clean. And again, that's a bit of a, if you're going to go for a weathered look, you might want to take a bit of the colour out of these guys as much as anything else. And if we flip that out to the black base shoe, you can see it's more of a sort of brown, almost burgundy feel to that. It's harder to see the textured look on the black one, because burgundy on black is harder to kind of zoom in on than it is yellow and white, but you get my idea as far as that kind of textured feel goes. And then if we flip them around, since we're on the black ones, let's stay on the black ones and go have a look at the medial side. Very, very different from the lateral side. Lateral side, sort of two halves cut in half by a horizontal line, but then the medial side, there's, I don't know, 3 or 4 sections cut vertically in different ways, and you've got a lot of colour playing off each other there on that medial side. So we're on the black guys here, and we'll flip it out to the white guys so you can see again what a difference there is between the lateral side and the medial side. And then since we're on the white ones, we'll zoom in on one of the signature features of this shoe, which is that tag up on the ankle there. It's the only place that I've been able to find that they have the Adidas branding on this shoe, because usually where they have Adidas branding is gone. For example, the 3 stripes that you would see on the side of a Superstar with the word Superstar beside them is all gone as well. And also, if we go, if we're talking about branding, you've just got that hang tag sort of hanging out on the top line there, which I was expecting to be a triangle with HU in it for human race, but that's not what it is. What is human race is on the back, where you'd normally see Adidas branding on the back of a Superstar. You can see it says human race across both heels on the black version and the white version. And again, it's that kind of fabricy feel that they've gone for. It's almost like crochet or something like that, or a tapestry or something. Maybe a bunch of 70-year-old women made these, in their free time. But it's just like ooh to me. And the human race across the back there on both of them, and that textured look, just sort of thing. And then what we'll do, we'll go on the inside. There's a couple more things to look at. One is the insole. The NMD human races were sort of known for their insole, which had that kind of like a massage sort of outline, where it's like if you massage here, you'll be like relaxing your brain. If you massage here, you'll be, I don't know, like perking up your muscles. I don't know, but what you can see on the insole here is a different sort of feel to it, but it's still got that sort of body centric thing, which is a kind of theme with the human race line, where it's all about kind of centering and being in touch with your body. So having that insole in there is it's a kind of cool effect. And speaking of insoles, let's go to outsoles. It's the one place on this shoe that isn't touched, and it's standard for both of them. I suppose we'll have the black one up first, and then we'll flip it out to the white one, and you can see it's a standard Superstar outsole. Thank you for doing at least one thing right on this shoe. And then the last thing I want to do is ask you a question. I don't know what's going on the tongues of these guys, and I'm not sure if it's to do with bad photography. Sometimes what they do when they get an image for official images, like I always mix up the word propaganda with it's gone for me, but promotional materials, and they sometimes flip it for whatever reason when it's on their website or a magazine or whatever. They sometimes flip it around. So I'm not sure if what we're looking at here is the deliberate back to front branding up on the tongue there, or if it's just that the websites and the internet have flipped the image, and then it looks like it's back to front branding up there on the tongue. If you know for a fact whether it is back to front or not, let me know in the comments down below. And if we flip it out to the other shoe and the tongue on there, it looks like it doesn't doesn't have any branding on it at all. So I'm not sure about those things. I can't get a better angle than the angle I've shown you here. Maybe you know better than I do at home, and if you do, let me know in the comments down below. And that's my take on these Pharrell Williams knitted, textured, tapestry, crocheted Superstars, classic 50-year shoe, classic Pharrell Williams tie-up with the Adidas line. But then those two didn't come together and give us a classic shoe, which is more's the pity, because I think they could have done a little bit more than they've done here. But you know what? They have the right to design shoes any way they want. One's a massive brand and the other one's a massive superstar. And who am I to talk about that here in my living room at home in Tokyo? So without further ado, I'm going to get out of here and go get this video ready. It's now late on Sunday night and this guy has to be ready for Monday evening. So thank you guys for checking out the content. But as I do every single day, I'm going to do what I do at the end of this video, which is tell you that I do videos every single day, so you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.